Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video. This is our 10 things that we would like to see in the brand new Cricket Captain 2018. Now, I don't know when it's going to come out. It'll probably be early July. It usually is around that time. Can't wait for it, really. I'd love to see some of these new features added into it and make it even better. Because, in all honesty, the last 15 or so years, it hasn't been too much different. I've got Cricket Captain 2002 on the shelf, and you know, if I plug that in now, it wouldn't be a million miles away from Cricket Captain 2017. Obviously, they've made some wonderful improvements over the years, but it would be nice to see some of these. And as you can see to the left of me, number one, pretty much everybody that I asked wanted to see this in. I myself want to see this in as well. DRS, or some sort of decision review system within the game, because time and time again there is some little wrong decisions. Obviously you've got those played and missed where it may have hit the bat, it may not have, and you've also got LBWs, and sometimes the umpires make the wrong decisions. So it would be absolutely wonderful to have a DRS in there this year. Obviously it's becoming a pretty staple part of cricket, so it would be a wonderful addition to the game. Number two, and this is my personal idea, I think I've seen a couple of people say it when I put out a tweet and a video about it, but some sort of scouting system, because all we have at the moment within Cricket Captain see new players is their stats of this season, and I think it would be amazing if we could sort of say, you know, hire some scouts and they would go and watch the county games and, you know, around the world and give you a star rating of these players. So, because it is very difficult to work out which players will be good enough to put into your test side, and sometimes it is just, you know, potluck whether you pick a player and they work. It certainly has worked like that for me. Form in county cricket doesn't necessarily translate to them being the best players in the world, and equally, if they're given a 4-star rating in this scouting system, then, you know, they may not play like a 4-star player. But I think that would be a wonderful addition, and it really would make it a lot better to pick your players, a lot easier, and it would keep it going a bit longer, because you'd be able to get more results later down the line as the regens come in, and maybe another potential ability rating as well, so we can see which young players are coming through, ones to keep an eye on in county cricket. So I think that is a fantastic idea. Next, we have the ability to move jobs. Now, this is something that I've come up with. I can't remember anybody else suggesting this, but, you know, after 5, 6, 7 seasons in charge of the England national team, it would be nice to go and manage somewhere else. Now, I know if you start at a county, you can get offered your national job as well, but I think it would be good if we could apply for, say, an IPL job, or apply for a Big Bash job or something like that, just to keep the game nice and fresh, and the ability to move about, and, you know, it would prolong saves, in my opinion. I think being able to maybe work your way up from, say, West Indies all the way to Australia, head coach, I think that would be a fairly good idea. Next, we have, once I've clicked it, women's cricket. Now, they've won England have won the Women's World Cup. I know women's cricket is largely popular, and pretty much all of the sort of cricketing nations play this form of cricket. So I think that would be really, really good to have some women's cricket. They would lead the sort of sports games industry in bringing women's cricket into it. Obviously, FIFA have got some of the women's teams in FIFA, but I think it would be great if Cricket Captain could bring in women's cricket, and I don't think it would be that hard to implement. Next, choose bowler delivery. Now, this, you know, to a certain extent is already in the game. You can pick the sort of line and the length and the aggression that they go for, but why can't we pick whether they go for Yorkers, or whether to go for swing deliveries, or, you know, off cutters, or reverse swing? I really don't know, but that's certainly something that could be added into the game, and I think it would be a cool little feature, certainly for people who want to have a bit more precision with their games. Obviously me, I just sort of play overs and overs and just hope for the best, change the bowlers every now and then. But you know, for some people that'll mean a lot, and I've certainly seen that suggested a lot. Next, the England Lions. Now, I don't agree with necessarily taking charge of youth teams and things like that, second 11s, but having an England Lions set up in there so you can see the sort of players coming through, players that might be sort of in the England reckoning, if you like, and maybe even being able to manage the England Lions and work your way up to England captain, as it were. I think that would be really good. I've certainly, you know, it's sort of linked to the scouting system, being able to see which players are actually half decent and ones that have a chance of being in your team. I think it would make that squad selection process a lot easier and not just reliant on luck, which I think it is at the moment. Next, we have board expectations. Now, I think this would be really good, because at the moment you can just play cricket captain, you can lose every game and there'll be no ramifications as such. But board expectations would mean that you'd need to sort of perform or you get sacked, and this sort of links back to being able to move jobs. So if I get sacked from the England job, then maybe I can go and manage Bangladesh or something like that. I really don't know. Or go back to county cricket just to work my way back up again. I think that would be really good. And the sort of idea of cricket boards being in it, you know, the ICC being there, maybe changing some rules, bringing in some more day-night tests, maybe even just night tests, and you know, a dynamic world, maybe bringing in some new test nations as well. You know, we've seen it last year with Ireland and who were the other side? Afghanistan, I think it was, getting test status. Look at this hair. This is silly. I've been out today, that's why. It would be good if we could see maybe a Scotland moving up to a test nation, or Netherlands. I don't really know how that works with licensing that they may get, but I think it would be cool if, say, we got a 2025 and Scotland became a test nation. It just allows you to play against more nations, because I think it does get boring and frustrating when you keep having to play the same nations over and over again. Next, we have player awards. Now, this is my idea. I've seen this in one of the tweets or comments to the video. And sort of player awards at the end of the series. Obviously, we've got player of the match, but we don't necessarily have player of the series, player of the tournament, player of the year type of thing. And I think this would be really good if we could see that, and maybe if we have a look at county cricket and we see that a young player has got player of the season, then we'll say, oh, well, maybe we should bring them in. And that sort of comes back to the scouting system, or, you know, the England Lions kind of thing. I think that would be a neat little feature, and I don't think it would be too hard to implement. Obviously, I don't make games, so I really don't know. Next, we've got just a little one, but it would be nice to maybe see the number of caps at the top of a player profile screen. So as soon as you click on somebody, obviously you can go into their stats and you can see how many caps they've got. But just something on the sort of exterior, if you like, just so you can click on a player and instantly see how many test matches they've played. That's just a little one. Also, maybe having a full list of sort of number of caps that players have had. There is a way to access these things, as I've said, and you can sort of see your players moving up as they go through. I think that would be pretty nice. And finally, we have an editor. Now, I personally don't mind the fact that there's not an editor, but you know, if there was, we could you know, make some super teams and play them off against each other. We could create olden day databases, and you know, I think it would be pretty cool. And we'd also be able to put ourselves in the game and maybe just update stats throughout the year of players when players play well. It's just like Football Manager. That's what prolongs the life of that. You know, you can edit the database and keep it fresh and keep it up to date. And I think that would be really cool. But then at the same time, if they bring an editor in, what would be the point in buying Cricket Captain 2019-20, etc. But you know that they are 10 ideas. There was a couple of other ideas as well, such as changing the graphics a little bit, adding some more commentary. Obviously, the commentary has been very, very similar for the last 15-20 years, so it would be amazing to have some more commentary, but I don't personally use it that much anyway, so I don't see it given that much value. Also, the graphics aren't too much of an issue to me, but I know to some people it would really make it more immersive, and maybe having trophy presentations and stuff like that could be really cool, especially for Ashes matches, and that certainly means a lot. I don't think better graphics are going to be implemented anytime soon, but maybe down the line they could be if there's a little bit more investment in the series by external sources. But I know there is limited resources down at Childish Games, and I know there's not many people actually working on this game, so they do a fantastic job between them, and I'm sure Cricket Captain 2018 will be loads of fun for all of us who are waiting for it. I'm sure we'll get some news soon, maybe a trailer or something like that, and if we do, I'll be the first to let you know, and I'll hopefully manage to work out what the release date is, etc, etc. But if you've got any more suggestions for what you want to see in Cricket Captain 2018, then let me know down below in the comments, and we'll maybe make another video if we get plenty more suggestions. If you do like any of these suggestions, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment down below, and leave a like on that as well. And we'll send this video over to Cricket Captain and see if we can get any of these in a last minute sort of addition to the game, or maybe in a patch later down the line. Subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.